Breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
Raleigh shooting. Police are investigating after someone was sent to the hospital. What investigators are looking for at that scene.
And what you'll see as you head out the door is some patchy fog and low cloud cover. I'll let you know if you'll run into it during your morning commute.
Remembering Erica Lucas. People in Wake Forest are gathering today to honor a former Wake County principal after she was killed in a shooting. The plans to celebrate her life at a football game tonight and to show support toward her husband, who's the Wake Forest High School football coach. Good morning, everybody. It is 6 o'clock. A lot to tell you about on this Friday. We made it to Friday after a very tough week. I'm Renee Chu.
And I'm Chris Loving. Yes, a tough week, but we want to maybe lighten it up a little bit with some of the stories that we have for you this morning. We're going to go ahead and start off with our weather forecast. On the way into work today, I noticed, it's hard not to notice it, right? All the fog that you have here. This is me recording with my smart glasses on the way, and you'll just see how thick the fog was there on Falls of Neuse this morning, Elizabeth.
Yeah, Chris, I appreciate you taking that video as you came in, because we're not seeing it everywhere. Right now, we'll take a look at Lewisburg, and we're definitely seeing some foggy conditions from the Triangle area northward, and then in some of our western counties. But a lot of the eastern counties are looking just fine. Fog's the kind of thing that tends to change rapidly. If we start to see the temperature change a little bit or the winds, we end up seeing that fog dissipating or actually developing. Excuse me. 62 degrees right now, and our dew point is 62 as well. So we just have a lot of lingering moisture from yesterday. When we take a look at our visibility map, we're looking for quarter-mile visibility. That tends to signify fog. We're seeing that from Southern Pines all the way through our western counties, through the Triangle, and up towards South Hill, Virginia. But 10s that you see here in our eastern counties means 10-mile visibility, which is basically clear. You can see the fog and low cloud cover showing up here on our satellite view, again, all the way down from, say, Moore County to Virginia. This is a look at our cloud cover forecast. Definitely as much as 70% of the sky covered with clouds this morning. But once we hit lunchtime, it's only about a 20 to 40% chance of coverage of clouds. And so we have a beautiful afternoon in our forecast. Highs will make it up into the low 80s. We'll see if we're going to see a repeat this weekend, though, of the foggy conditions coming up.
Checking your morning commute here in the WRAL Live Center. We are seeing some of those foggy conditions that Elizabeth just mentioned. This is a live look at I-40 and Fayetteville Road there in Durham. It doesn't appear to be affecting the morning commute so far. Traffic flowing nicely in all directions. But as you take a look at our live traffic map this morning, you can see we have a 1 mile visibility from Raleigh to all points north. If you get a little farther south in the Durham area, Durham, Chapel Hill, Mooresville, that visibility drops to about a half mile. So keep that in mind as you're about to head out. And heading out into the car, do us a favor. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
And if you keep us tuned in all morning long, Ken can update you on any closures that may pop up. Thanks, Ken. Breaking news, Raleigh police are investigating a shooting overnight, and that happened on Pettis Place near Rock Quarry Road. Let's bring in Kelsey Coffey. She is in the WRAL Breaking News Tracker this morning. Kelsey, police are saying that someone was sent to the hospital after this.
Yes, Chris, and this scene has been active for the past 4 hours now. We'll give you a look at where Raleigh police are focusing their investigation on this home here on Pettis Place. Now, this is right across the street from the Raleigh National Cemetery. If you're familiar with this area, check out this video from earlier this morning. You can see how police placed several evidence markers in front of this house. The WRAL Breaking News Tracker arrived here just 30 minutes after police received a call around 2 o'clock this morning. Now, when officers arrived at this scene, they found a man who had been shot multiple times. That man was taken to the hospital with what appear to be life-threatening injuries. Right now, we're asking police if we can get an update on the search for the shooter, as well as that man's condition. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
Kelsey, thank you. We are trying to learn new information about two different law enforcement presences overnight. In Moore County, a chase ended in a crash. This is video from the WRAL Breaking News Tracker on US 1 near Midland Road in Southern Pines. We're trying to confirm information about the driver and any potential charges.
And then, Renee, in Raleigh, the WRAL Breaking News Tracker was there as a damaged car was lifted onto a tow truck. This was on Cowan Lane near Rock Quarry Road. We have reached out to the Wake Sheriff's Office to find out about that car and who was driving it.
Today, a community in mourning. Wake Forest High School families will honor the football coach's late wife at tonight's game. Former Rollsville principal Erica Lucas died this week after being injured in a shooting. WRAL's Sean Gallagher is live at Wakefield High School this morning, where her husband's football team will be playing tonight. And Sean, they will likely see a show of love and support at the game.
Yeah, Renee, when they kick off tonight's game at 7 o'clock, there should be a sea of blue here. Fans encouraging each other to wear that blue in support of Coach Reggie Lucas after his wife, Erica, died earlier this week after that shooting in Wake Forest just a couple of weeks ago. Now, this all came together after hundreds of people liked an Instagram post encouraging them to wear blue for Coach Lucas, supporting him during this unimaginable time. Now, Erica Lucas died Tuesday after being caught in the middle of gunfire in Wake Forest about 2 weeks ago. Investigators say she was not the intended target of that shooting. Lucas was a career educator and passionate about lifting up her community, qualities that her former colleagues say will be greatly missed.
She made them feel important. She made them feel seen. She made them feel as if someone cared. If there was no one else, I'm going to be the person that always cares about you. And so I think that's why we are seeing such an outpouring of love and of expression and of just heartfelt gratitude for the life that she lived, not just as a person, but as a great educator.
Now, two cousins are charged in this shooting, 18-year-old Dexter Mills and his 16-year-old cousin. Mills facing a first-degree murder charge. Now, tonight, Wake Forest High School will kick off their game at 7 o'clock here at Wakefield, where they look to get their first win of the season, and really couldn't come at a better time. In Raleigh, Sean Gallagher, WRAL News.
Some college students in the Triangle are mourning the death of conservative commentator Charlie Kirk. Kirk was shot and killed while speaking to a crowd at Utah Valley University this week. And it was a full house at the Tally Student Union for a vigil last night. Even more students were in the hallway. The event was organized by the NC State chapter of Turning Point USA. That's the conservative organization Kirk co-founded. We were not inside the vigil, but we did speak with people before and after who were shocked about his death.
He actually showed up to my undergraduate school a couple months ago, and I went and saw him, and it was really scary thinking like something like that could have happened while I was there listening to him.
There was increased security during this event, and it did remain peaceful.
A developing story this morning. The FBI and police in Utah are calling on the public to help identify the person suspected of killing conservative activist Charlie Kirk. So new video released overnight shows a person dropping from the roof of a building after the shooting. Police say he left palm smudges on the building that may contain DNA. He was then seen running through a parking lot into woods nearby, which is where police found a gun. The governor of Utah says the FBI has received thousands of tips, and nearly 24 agencies are in on this.
We have 20 federal, state, and local law enforcement partners that are working shoulder to shoulder to find the person who committed this horrific crime. With their support, we've completed nearly 200 interviews.
Officials say the suspected shooter was wearing tennis shoes, a black T-shirt with an American flag and eagle on it, and baseball cap with a triangle on it. There's a $100,000 reward for any information about this person. In just a few minutes, several instances popping up across the country of people losing their jobs after posting about the death of Charlie Kirk, including here in North Carolina.
The stabbing on a light rail train in Charlotte may soon lead to changes in state law. Top leaders of the state legislature told reporters they plan to file a bill later this month addressing the killing. They're considering stricter rules for bail, making it easier to commit people to mental hospitals and pushing for more executions. More details on the GOP-led plan are available on WRAL.com.
Former CDC director and former North Carolina Health Secretary Dr. Mandy Cohen is reacting to recent changes to federal health policy. Cohen returned to the Triangle as the keynote speaker for Jewish for Good's Ignite series last night. She spoke on a wide range of topics, and WRAL caught up with her. She says she is passionate about getting science-based evidence regarding vaccines.
There's been a lot of change at CDC. Most recently, the CDC director that was appointed by the Trump administration and then confirmed by the Senate was recently fired after only 3 weeks on the job. She said it was because she wouldn't sign off on vaccine policy that wasn't grounded in science.
Cohen says that's why she joined with 8 other former CDC directors who worked with other administrations to say this moment is different. She said they had to raise the warning flag.
Oh, it was a tough start for the NC State Wolfpack against Wake Forest. The Demon Deacons took last night's opening kickoff 98 yards for a touchdown. NC State had some big plays too, like this interception return for a touchdown in the first quarter. The Wolfpack was behind at halftime there, but they came back with 17 unanswered second half points. NC State got the win, 34-24, and they are now 3-0 on the season.
Great winning streak. Looking ahead, Bill Belichick and UNC will be back home at Keenan Memorial Stadium tomorrow. The Tar Heels are 1-1 on the season after a win last week against Charlotte. They will play Richmond tomorrow. Kickoff is at 3:30 p.m. Duke is heading down to Louisiana to take on Tulane. They are looking to pick up their second win of the season. That game kicks off tomorrow night at 8. 6:10 now on your Friday. Watching what you post. Several people across the country have been fired about making controversial posts regarding Charlie Kirk's assassination. The warning from an attorney about the consequences people are facing.
Plus storm recovery. The governor and the president have agreed to millions of dollars in funding. Where that money will go to help clean up across the state.
And heading out the door this morning, you might run into some patchy fog and low cloud cover. I'll show you where that's most likely and when we have a nice sunny pattern that takes over.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
6:13. Here's a gorgeous view, isn't it? We're taking a look at Beaufort. A little bit of sun just getting ready to peek through some of those clouds. We're going to have a gorgeous sunrise. On the other hand, here we're dealing with some low clouds, and we're going to take a closer look at that coming up. But maybe you're headed to the beach over the weekend. It's going to be absolutely glorious. We're going to see temperatures ranging from the mid-70s in the north to low 80s down south. And Sunday, same story, really. Expect it to just be really, really pretty both days. And at the moment, the rip current danger is very low. I would make sure you check that before you get in the water, but there's not a whole lot happening out there. Here's a live look at Boone, still on the cloudy side here. Some low cloud cover and fog to start with. Grandfather Mountain 66 tomorrow and Bryson City at 84. And on Sunday, same story. Highlands around 73, Asheville in the mid 80s. We should see partly cloudy skies in the afternoon, both Saturday and Sunday. We're going to have some gorgeous weather here too. I'll show you how warm it will get coming up.
And happening now in your morning commute, we're keeping an eye on the foggy conditions that Elizabeth has been mentioning all morning long, from Apex, stretch of Raleigh right there up until Wake Forest. You're looking at a 1 mile visibility. But if you go a little farther west, Morrisville, Durham, Chapel Hill, that visibility drops to about a half mile. So keep that in mind as you're about to head out this morning. Give you a quick look at I-40 and Lake Wheeler Road. Traffic flowing nicely in all directions. We're not seeing any foggy conditions on this camera, but as Elizabeth just said, fog can move in and move out as quickly as possible. But you're getting ready to head into the car? Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Ken, thank you. Following the killing of Charlie Kirk, people around the country have lost their jobs after posting controversial comments on social media. The latest example is the cancellation of a comic series. DC Comics has called off the just-released Red Hood series after its author made inflammatory comments, including one that allegedly said, "Hope the bullet's okay." A spokesperson for DC Comics says the comments were inconsistent with the company's standard of conduct.
And a Carolina Panthers employee was fired because of an alleged post on their Instagram story. It was a photo of Kirk with the caption, quote, "Why are y'all sad? Your man said it was worth it," end quote. The Panthers later issued a statement saying the organization does not condone violence of any kind. WRAL spoke with an employment attorney about the best practices for posting online.
Be very conscious of what you're putting on your social media. Be aware that your employer is likely watching. And, the best course of action is to, remain private. And when I say remain private, I mean, don't post things publicly on the internet that might, upset your employment.
She says there are exceptions when employees do have grounds to sue for wrongful termination. And just a reminder, North Carolina operates under employment at will. That means unless there's an ordinance or a contract stating otherwise, an employer can fire you for any reason or no reason at all.
President Donald Trump was at the New York Yankees game last night as the team commemorated 9/11. The ceremony was held before the game. The president also attended a 9/11 ceremony at the Pentagon yesterday morning.
$32 million is on the way for North Carolina storm relief. President Donald Trump says he is giving the money to support recovery after flooding from Helene and Chantal. Governor Josh Stein says that he will make sure that it is all hands-on-deck approach for rebuilding, and he says he will work with the administration to deliver resources to North Carolina.
Hops for hope and fun events for film lovers.
Yeah, it's time to take a look at WRAL Out and About's weekend best bets. All right, so you got craft beer for a good cause in Raleigh tomorrow afternoon. The 10th annual Hops for Hope is happening at North Hills Midtown Park. The proceeds will raise money for children to take flights for life-saving medical care. And that event will include live music and food trucks as well. The event runs from 2 to 6 and tickets are available online.
The world of Hans Zimmer is heading to the Triangle tonight. The show at Lenovo Center will include pieces from the Oscar-winning composer, curated by Hans Zimmer himself. That concert starts at 8 p.m. Tickets are available online.
If they play music from Dune, I'm going to be so mad because I can't go. The Cary Film Festival is underway as well. The 4-day festival includes short films and screenplays from around the world. The annual event is held at the historic Cary Theater, and that festival runs through Sunday. And for more information for weekend fun, visit WRAL.com and search Out and About. All right, in terms of how things will look out and about, it looks like it'll be pretty okay this weekend, Elizabeth. But right now, the foggy conditions, that's really the talker this morning.
And it's interesting because, you know, you hear us say patchy fog, and boy, that's exactly what we're seeing. Really foggy right here in downtown Durham, but in Raleigh right now, it's clear. So interestingly, you may run into widely varying conditions. Definitely foggy in Durham. And officially at RDU, we're seeing quarter-mile visibility. Quarter-mile visibility is what we would expect to see in terms of fog. Quarter-mile in Roxborough and South Hill and back here to Southern Pines. But really from around Raleigh eastward, we're not seeing any problems whatsoever. Coming up, I'm going to pull up some of those cameras, but you know, the foggy cameras are so much more dramatic, and you know, you kind of know want to know where you're getting into it and not necessarily where it's clear. We have a little bit of lingering moisture. You can tell that it's just a hint of green over the area this morning. We have high pressure that builds in this afternoon and sits there over us Saturday and Sunday. High pressure systems have sinking air. It tends to push away the moisture and brings us nice clear skies. Notice all the moisture sitting offshore though. We will see a low developing along the stationary front, and that's likely to bring us the best chance of rain in weeks for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. In the meantime, our weekend looks fantastic. UNC plays Richmond at home Saturday at 3:30. Low humidity, 79 degrees at around 3:30. Nice and warm, just really, really comfortable. But by early next week, we're going to watch this low developing. It's likely to push more rain into our area. And we've just started to watch that over the next couple of days. I imagine that we're going to start to see these numbers jumping up for the next 7 days. Definitely some heavier rain along the coast, but we should see our share of it as well. Speaking of what's happening on the coast, off the coast of Africa, we have the potential for our next system. It was a 30% chance yesterday. It's 40% chance for today. We take a look at its potential to become a tropical depression. And you can see it's about a 30 to 40% chance as it moves off the coast of Africa and out here into the Atlantic. Of course, that takes us to next Friday, a week from now, and it is well away from us at that point. 80 tomorrow, 84 Sunday. We do see cooler temperatures with the rainy pattern settling in by the middle of next week.
All right, happening now as you get ready to head out the door, we're seeing some of those foggy conditions that Elizabeth just mentioned as we take a live look at I-40 and Fayetteville Road. The foggy conditions don't appear to be affecting traffic any right now. Traffic flowing nicely in all directions. If we take a live look at a traffic map this morning, you can see where the yellows indicate around Wake County and all points north around Wake Forest. You can see a 1 mile visibility. When you hit a little farther side, the visibility really drops to about a half-mile visibility in Mooresville, Durham, Chapel Hill. But really and truly right now, we're not seeing any crashes or any delays anywhere on any of our major routes from Wendell to Raleigh, Durham, and Chapel Hill. You get ready to head out the door, though. Tune us in on the radio. We'll keep you updated. 101.5 HD3.
Addressing overcrowding, a new school is officially open in Wake County, where the school system is focusing its attention as the number of students keeps climbing.
And growing memorials. Lawmakers and people in Charlotte are mourning after the stabbing death of a woman on a train last month. How people are remembering Irina Zarutska.
If you see breaking news, have a story tip, or take video or pictures of the weather where you are, please report it to us. Go to WRAL.com/report it to send your video, pictures, or tip to our news team.
We're following some breaking news here in the WRAL Live Center. We're just getting this information from Fayetteville Police about a woman dying and another man critically injured after police were called to a shot spotter notification in the 2500 block of Caledonia Circle. Both people were transported to the hospital where the woman died, according to police. The man remains in critical condition. We'll keep following this story for any new developments here in the WRAL Live Center.
We know you will, Ken. Thank you. A new elementary school is now open in Holly Springs. Wake County Schools celebrated the opening of Rex Road Elementary yesterday. More than 900 students are expected to attend the school. Rex Road Elementary is one of 4 new schools that have opened this school year to address overcrowding.
We're one of the fastest growing communities in this nation. So that means that we have to prepare not only to expand the buildings that we have, but also have that balance of how we maintain the buildings that are already here. And so that means 10 years from now, this population is going to continue to grow. So this building will be 10 years old by then. So we've got to make sure that we have the resources to maintain it as well.
The superintendent who you heard there says the school district's other focus is upgrading equipment at older schools.
This What's Trending report, sponsored by Rug & Home.
A hit HBO show is returning and royal fashion.
All right, let's take a look this morning at What's Trending.
Big news for fans of Big Little Lies. Work is officially underway on a 3rd season after a long hiatus. The hit HBO show first aired back in 2019. No word yet on when this new season will premiere.
But, I mean, it's going to be great. I mean, you have a star-studded cast. They all are great, and the storyline's pretty good.
Oh, I love the book, and I think this is one of those instances where maybe the screen adaptation is just as good, if not better,
Ooh, that's
than the
rare.
book.
Wow. All right, fall fashion is getting the royal treatment. Mitchell & Ness is releasing the iconic Philadelphia Eagles jacket worn by Princess Diana. Now, Diana wore this on the cover of People magazine back in 1994. This is the 3rd time this company has sold that jacket. It quickly sold out the previous 2 times. Look at that, Renee, $400 for that.
Yeah, Princess Diana, she wasn't into American football, but she loved the Eagles colors, and so she requested to have a jacket like that.
There she goes, swag to go with it.
Raleigh shooting investigation. Police say one person was sent to the hospital overnight. What we know about the search for the person responsible.
And supporting Coach Lucas. Tonight is the first game after the wife of Wake Forest High's football coach was killed. How you can join the community to honor her.
And you're going to run into some patchy fog in spots. In Lake Gaston, we're seeing foggy conditions right now. You may or may not run into it on your morning commute. I'll show you where you're likely to see it coming up.